Hi everybody, Sara and Keith back with the Leaders Lyceum and Weekly Thought Fuel. Hey, we want you to do something a little bit tough this week. We're going to ask you to put a couple of pieces together from the last few weeks. We started saying go to someone you really trust, who really loves you, who's really for you, and ask them for feedback. And we gave you no instruction, just go do it. And then we talked about getting into the right mindset, about becoming a curious explorer, about putting yourself on the shelf, and about active listening. So what I want them to do is let's try it for real, but still a friendly person, right?
Yeah, so find somebody at work or a family member, somebody who's going to have meaningful feedback to you but isn't going to be crushing. And just ask them that question again we asked you from the first one of what's something I could do differently that would help you be more effective. And listen to them with the spirit of curiosity and self on the shelf. Or if you want to go bigger, you can ask a question that's a more direct feedback question, something like, how do you think other people perceive me in a certain environment? Or, one thing I'm curious about is how I do in this particular setting. Any kind of question that you can ask where you would be seeking some specific feedback about somebody and then putting yourself on the shelf during that conversation, repeating back, listening, and making sure you're hearing them.
I guess one thing I want you to pay attention to in terms of a takeaway on this is that the active listening piece is such a good marker for whether or not you are actually on the shelf. Because if you cannot stay present enough to give somebody back what they're saying, that's a really good cue that you've gotten back in your own head and you maybe are creating some defensiveness on their side. So I think if I want you to emphasize one piece in this, it is actually active listening those people back, because it'll help you stay in that more curious, more present mindset. So again, friendly person, go ask them a real question, something that you've got the potential to get defensive about.
Yeah. And the other thing I would add is not just getting defensive, but another trap that people fall into is they agree too much. Oh, yeah, you're right. I do that. I know I do it.
You're right, I do that. Okay.
And it shuts down the conversation just as much as if you get defensive. So pay attention to that.
But both are versions of coming off the shelf. The agreement or the defensiveness or the justification or the whatever, right?
So come back next week and we'll tell you how to kind of wrap it all up.
See you then.